Tell yourself, do you want to be a realtor? Is it your way? Sales is relationship. Somebody is always interested in somebody that is interested in their well-being.
There's some realtors you'd like to communicate with when you send them text messages, or probably the only way of communicating with them is through call.
People that buy houses are not people that buy land. As a realtor, I can't do without my WhatsApp. People should be able to know you for what you do. You must have even area boys.
Hello and welcome to Essentials with Experts. I'm your host, Divanjo Sandy, Loza Media Director, and I'm here with the CEO Realtor. We're here with Builder Benjamin Extraordinaire. I'd like to add that so you know that it's not just a normal thing. Um, we are so happy to have you here today, sir. Okay, now we are going to be talking about the 10 essentials a realtor cannot do without. So I hope you're prepared for today's interview.
I'm ready. Thank you very much.
Now, can you tell us the first essential a realtor cannot do without?
I'll start this way because the real estate space is a multidiscipline practice,
Yes.
and every realtor must have a little knowledge here and there for you to be able to be an high performing realtor.
Realtor, yeah.
So, to start with, what you need to decide first is if you want to be a realtor. So
Okay.
before you start talking about the disciplines you should have, you should make a decision first. So, and that is where you start with self-awareness. You're gonna tell yourself, do you want to be a realtor? Is it your way, or would you rather be a footballer? I get it. So you should not just rush to become exactly. So self-awareness is the first thing that a realtor should have, or an aspiring realtor. Do I have the passion, or am I after the money? Do I want to render services? Do I want to help people? Do I want to solve our national housing issue? Do I want to mitigate against the numerous fraud that is perceived in the real estate industry? So those are the things you want to self-aware, scope yourself and say, I'm really cut out for this industry. So that's the first thing you should do as a realtor.
That's the first essential. I believe you've heard him. I know he was not gargling water in his mouth, so we will not repeat that again. Now, I have a first question for you. What's this deal closer mindset you have when you're trying to close off a deal? What's this deal closer mindset that you have that helps you secure deals?
Okay, it's very easy, and thank God that this is unscripted.
Okay.
When we confront a client and we want to maybe make a sale to the client, we have the knowledge of not closing sales in our own in my own discipline.
Yes.
We rather open sales because sales is relationship. Are you getting?
A bond.
For example, you will not meet somebody today and just try to sell to the person. Most people usually are skeptical about somebody selling to them, right? Because everybody is scared that, okay, this guy just wants to collect my money.
Yeah.
I get it. So everybody is always interested in somebody that is interested in their well-being. So one thing that every buyer will always look out for is trust. Are you getting? So now, can this person be trusted? Even if you have all the industry knowledge, you have all the certification, and you have the best products. Are you getting?
Yes.
But there's something that your prospective buyer will always look out for, and that is the trust they have in you. And
Yes.
how do you build trust?
How do you secure that trust?
How do you build trust? Trust is not something that is built in a day. It's either you have it by referral, that somebody said, okay, look at this person, he did this for me, and he could do the same thing for you. That is a kind of hack that you have in the real estate industry. So the person does not have to go and look at your background check and start looking for every story about you. Are you getting?
Reference.
So the trust is built on the fact that somebody's introduced you to that person. I guess he has done this for me, and look at, maybe the person has already come to the land I bought that in Enugu State. It was one that got it for me. Okay. And something like that's number one. So when you have good relationship with other people, you can easily build trust with the next person. So that's one secret hack that I use as a person.
Okay. For those of you with trust issues, I hope you've learned from this. Okay, can we go on to the next essential? What would you say is your second essential a realtor cannot do without?
Okay, the second essential that a realtor cannot do without is what I call the niche understanding.
Niche
Niche
understanding.
understanding. So, because in real estate, there are several kind of real estate. Let me use it that way. If I want to interest you that selling a jet is some kind of real estate realtor's responsibility. Selling a private jet,
Really?
yeah. Because what is a private jet? It has a chair, it has a house. It's just like a house that flies. So
Yes.
it might be a niche that you choose as a real estate. In
Okay.
fact, the word realtor is just a English grammatical expression.
Yes.
Everybody in the real estate space is a salesperson. Are you getting? So when you are
Mm,
selling goods or services, you're a salesperson. So the second essential that you need to have is the niche understanding. You want to ask yourself, are you selling real estate raw materials, which is land? Are you getting? Is
yes.
that what you're good at? Are you selling finished products, which is houses? Are you getting?
Yeah.
Or are you selling real estate investment, which you need some knowledge in finance to do that? Are you getting? So
Yes.
you need to understand the niche. And when you understand your niche, that is how you'll be able to understand your audience. Are you getting?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example, the people that buy houses are not people that buy land. Most people that buy houses,
Don't buy
they
land.
have enough land already. So if you are trying to market land to them, they will say, I have enough.
I know.
Are you getting?
Yeah.
So have niche understanding, have understanding of the particular niche that you think your target audience. If you have friends that are in diaspora that maybe they want to buy lands or buy houses, are you getting?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
should understand that the people that you are going to be, what you're going to be marketing to them is just houses and not land. So the people within your network are the people that you are going to, the kind of niche you are going to choose, and you are going to develop yourself. Let people know you for that niche. So niche understanding is it. The second thing that you need to have as a realtor.
Well, thank you for that. Well, as you can see, he has clarified knowing your niche. So when you want to do something like being a realtor, you have to establish something like that. You don't just go out there and be all over the place. Okay, first question. What's your tech weapon? Tech is king. So, what's one tool or app you cannot survive without?
I think that would be a lot as a realtor.
Yes.
It's to see one of the niche I'm going to. I mean, one of the essentials I'm going to talk about the tech tools.
Mm.
As a realtor, I can't do without my WhatsApp.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
for
Yes.
example, most of our diaspora clients, we communicate with them on WhatsApp. We do calls on WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is one key tool that we use. So it might look like a general tool that everybody uses, but it's very essential to us as realtors.
Yes, yes. Oh, we're so happy to hear that.
There are many more, but I think if you said one,
Okay, I get your point. Okay, thank you for that. You see, you can use WhatsApp as a very essential as a realtor, not just for those who are using it to, what you do with it. But that's just by the way. All right, can we head on to the third essential, please?
okay, so the third essential for a realtor, I would say, is the technological tools too. Um,
Okay.
the, the, the world is fast evolving,
Mm,
and a lot of things are not the way they used to be. In fact, what separates a 21st century realtor to a regular land agent is the degree of technological adaptation.
yes.
So, which includes how to use technological tools, how to use time scheduling tools, um, how to use WhatsApp as it is. So many people what they use WhatsApp to do is to track their girlfriend, but
Exactly. They know themselves.
and a lot of times you can, why some people are making millions and closing billions using the
Yes.
same tools. So as a realtor, you need to know the technology that matters to your industry and know how to use them. So you must be technology savvy as a realtor. So that's as an independent realtor. Even as a company, for example, you need leads management tools, CRM tools, like a lot of things, depending on the traffic that you generate for yourself.
Yes.
As a realtor, it's not bad if you own a website yourself. Are you getting?
Yes.
So while you are doing technological, where you're doing the traditional marketing and all those, you still have how to generate leads from the internet, talk to people and all that. So technological tools are one of the things that you have to be able to use as a realtor.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're so happy to hear that as well because it's so difficult. There are some realtors you'd like to communicate with when you send them text messages, or probably the only way of communicating with them is through calls, and sometimes you cannot reach them on the calls. But thank God that the world is evolving, and we expect you to evolve as well with this piece of advice from the CEO himself. Okay. Another question I have for you now. We want to what's your negotiation ninja move? That's what I tagged it because negotiation is like an Igbo market haggling. So, what's this builder skill that makes you a better realtor than the rest?
You mean the builder skill, right?
Yes.
Okay. When we started, I said the real estate industry is a multidiscipline practice, right? And I have an advantage as a builder because I know where you're going as a as a prospect.
Yeah.
If you're buying a land, for example, I'm going to start describing your dream home right in the process of buying the land. So I'm going to start painting the image of a building in your mind using the right terminologies, using the right descriptions. Are
Okay.
you getting? So, and also, if you were to buy a house, I will tell you everything about that house with the confidence of a builder. And I will tell you, I can even tell you the lifespan of the building you're buying. Are you getting? So the knowledge of being a builder, while other realtors we have to maybe get some few things to just reach their clients, I'm going to take you through very in depth because the end process of buying a land or building a house is maybe enjoying the comfort. Most of the time, what realtors want to sell is comfort. But I will sell you the functionalities of the building, help you tell you the security features in the building and a lot of things like that. So those are
Okay.
the things that I'm going to be doing as a builder that other realtors might not be able to do.
Okay, quick question. I've seen this in the movie once. So, assuming, in reference to what you just said, if the house was previously or recently a crime scene and you want to sell it out, would you also make it part of the information you would tell the
The
client?
truth is that for every realtor, there is ethics to every profession, right? Why some persons are interested in making sales. I already told you that I like opening deals, like opening relationships. I don't close deals. Are you getting? Because eventually my clients becomes my family. So if I'm going to sell a property to you that has a history of crime, I'm going to intimate the person with the news, depending on the kind of need that he wants. For example, if that is the only facility that is in that area and that is the area that the clients want to live in, and it can deal with the fact that there was an history there, I think I have done justice because if he gets to know later in the future, and I was aware prior to that sales, then I'm going to be like I'm going to lose trust. Are you getting? So
Yes,
one very key thing is that you want to build trust and you want to sustain trust.
tell
So
them.
every information you have, you should be able to tell your
Tell them.
clients. Yeah.
You heard that, didn't you? Okay, thank you. Because so many realtors out there are not capable of being honest. Some do so many mischievous things. Let's not just get into that. Now,
Nevertheless, if I don't know prior to that, maybe
okay,
if that information was hidden from me as well, I think I did not do anything wrong if I go ahead and sell that property without that knowledge. But it's very important that you, as a realtor, find
you
all the
find
due
it.
diligence on the property you're selling.
Okay, such brilliant knowledge to acquire. All right, on to the next essential, shall we?
Okay, the next essential is still going to be um, personal branding. I get it.
Partner branding.
Personal branding.
Okay,
As a realtor, Let me say it this way. If you are a lawyer, there is a matter around. The first person that your friend should call, if you're a lawyer among 10 friends, let me say it that way, and there is a matter on ground, the first person they will reach out to is who? You,
Yes.
as a lawyer. So if you are a policeman and there is a security issue among 10 friends, the first person they will reach out to is you as a
Yeah.
policeman.
Mm.
So likewise, as a realtor, if somebody wants to buy a house or buy a land, will you be the first person that they will reach out to? And why will you be the first person? It's because of your personal brand. And your personal brand does not necessarily have to be all the brouhaha, like all the, everybody's selling personal brand,
Yes.
possibly
Packaging.
packaging recently now.
Yes.
So, but it starts from the way you dress. When you came in, for example, I know who you are, right?
Yes. Exactly.
From your dressing. And if a realtor comes into a place, you should be able to know what this
Who
person is because you actually dress depending on where you're going. If you are going to the office, you dress very corporate.
dress how you want to be addressed.
Exactly. If you are going to the site, you dress like an engineer, you use some helmet, you use some safety equipment that you get in. So one of the very important things that you need to do as a realtor is your personal brand. People should be able to know you for what you do. Are you getting?
Yes.
People should be able to know you. So, and personal brand takes a lot. It's not one day thing. Start talking about the niche that you sell. Um, use social media as tools. Talk about the benefit of real estate investing. Talk about a lot of things. About so you can go as far as creating a podcast. You can go as far as creating a blog. You can go as far as designing a website for yourself. Then you can go as far as designing a logo for yourself that anywhere if you sell a deal, they will know that you are the one that sold this
So
deal.
this
Are
day.
you getting?
Yeah.
And do everything, show up for events, real estate events, associate with people within your industry. So let yourself be known for this real estate gig. So people can start calling you that if anybody wants a real estate responsibility, you'll be the first one that they call. So personal branding is very important for a realtor.
Wow. 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 Okay. Thank you for such a hot take. You know, some of these, most of these things he's saying, in fact, all of it, you cannot find it online. It's personal experience. Okay, I have a quick question. Shall I? The time save as a CEO, CEO life is busy, of course. So, what's this one habit or hack that saves you time so you can sell houses and still chop life?
Well, the role of a CEO is a leadership role, and one of the things that we've been taught as CEOs, because we learn right to be able to act our role, is to be able to delegate properly, promptly. Are you getting?
Okay.
We don't do everything. We do what matters to the business. We work on the vision of the business. We take risks for the business. Those are the things that the CEO does. So every other operational responsibility, marketing responsibility, there is somebody that does it and reports. So that's delegation is the word. What makes you to be able to play your role and also chop life is not to do everything. Allow people do. Let people help you. Let me use that word. Let people help
Let
you.
people
So
help.
that's how to do it.
Wow. Hmm. That's very nice because there are some people who want to be masters of all trade. But with this very intelligence he's given us, I'm sure you're going to learn from this. Okay? All right. Can we have the next essential?
Okay. One very, very important thing that you need to have as a realtor is a skill I call communication. The communication skill.
Communication.
As a realtor, you must be able to know how to talk. Are you getting? Not just sweet talk, but how to order speech from the beginning to the end. So because the realtor's responsibility is communication of a value to someone who needs the value. Now, what differentiate between the person that sells and the person that doesn't is that communication. Because if someone has a need and you have the solution, you might be able to show the person the solution and the person will not see it. But if you can show them how it works for them, how it fits for them, as a realtor, you've closed the sale. So communication skill is very, very important for a realtor.
and it has to be active
Yes,
and responsive,
exactly.
unlike some people that their text, their manner of communication, it's so poor that even a bird could arrive via message before them. But that's just by the way. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I said I have a question for you. I call it the failure fixer. Now, not every deal is smooth like high life music. What's one thing you do when a deal is crashing to save it like a Marvel hero?
Okay. As a realtor, if you have only one deal at a time, you can actually have an issue. Um, in such a situation whereby you are not closing something, so you must have several channels as a realtor. There is no one lifeline. Only God can have the role of just one person in your life. As a realtor, you have many clients, you have many deals. I get it. So even if one is crashing, you have one that you are nurturing. Eventually, you're not going to close all sales. And if you can close all sales, that's very wonderful. So, but you must be able to understand that if the person doesn't buy for you, it's just their decision and it's not all about you. It's their choice. So one thing that you do, even now in a situation whereby it is a life and death situation
Situation.
that this deal must close, most of the times you want to understand why the person is not going to close with you. Are you getting?
Yeah.
And that is where the negotiation skill comes in, which is going to be the next essential that we're going to talk about. As a realtor, you must be a very, very big, like you must be big on negotiation. So you must understand why the person is not closing with you in the immediate. And how do you do that? You assess their need or you reassess their need. And if there is a resistance, you have to understand the reason for the resistance. So if you understand the reason for their resistance, let's say it is because it is not close to their children. Maybe the house you're selling is not close to their children's school.
Yes.
All you can say is that don't worry, that school has a boss or whatever, whatever, and
Yes, you
find a
provide a remedy.
solution
A
to that
remedy.
resistance. And if there is no longer any resistance, then you can close the sale. So in a situation whereby it is very difficult, I get it. But number one thing is that for you not to make it look like you want to die, have several leads you are nurturing to that sales and make them. There's one thing they will also use that urgency. You make them understand that in this, I prefer you to have this deal. There are other of my clients that want it, but I want you to have it. So there is no, especially
Make it
when
feel personal.
exactly urgency, create some sense of urgency that if you really want to make the decision, you make the decision now. So that's one of the things that you do as a realtor.
Okay, because a lot of people do not take failure lightly. Some will even want to commit suicide, some will go offline completely. But here's giving you advice which you can use to take care of your life. Now, we know that you did not just rise from grass to glory just like that. Now, we'd want to know at least your first deal, how much you closed on your first deal and when.
Okay, I'm going to mention that my first deal as a realtor, as a salesperson, was a development deal. You know, I'm a builder myself too.
Yes.
First major deal I closed was in 2020, December precisely.
4 years ago.
Exactly. And it was a deal for, for development of a 220 plot property in Enugu. So that's the
Wow.
first deal I did. So in 2020. So as a realtor,
Unfortunately, some of us cannot relate.
that was the first. So and
Okay.
after that time, there's been many. After that time, yeah.
Is that your highest deal so far?
No, it can
It can't be.
be.
Would you look at that? Let's move on to the next essential, shall we? So,
Okay.
what would you say is the next essential you cannot do without as a realtor?
Okay. Okay. So the next essential that you need to have as a realtor is the negotiation skill. You need to be very big on negotiation. And I hinted earlier on that. As a realtor, you are, like I said earlier, said you need to be very first big on communication. Then after you have properly communicated, there are going to be objections. or in some cases, your client can embrace your products immediately. So
Okay.
now, what separates a good communicator realtor that closes and the one that doesn't close is the missing link is negotiation. So you can be very good with talking. You can be very good with like with talking to people. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are not good with negotiating, then you are going to be lost in the line. So now, what is negotiation itself? In real estate, most realtors go into the place because they want to make money, right? So, and if you put your gain first before your prospects or your
Yes.
clients, you are likely to lose that client.
Lose. Okay. Okay.
So you must put their need first and put your own needs aside. Are you getting?
Yes.
Meaning, in a negotiation scenario, there can be a situation by your client wins and just and that's all, and you lose. But you lost money, you did not lose your relationship. Are you getting?
Yes.
Now, a situation can be there where some clients, I mean some realtors don't mean that they don't care, is that they win always. For example, I will just set an example. Somebody will say you come and rent a house, 2.5 million to pay 1 million. Where is the other 1.5 million going? They don't
Yes.
care about the clients, they just want to get their own commission. Are you getting? So now, but where it works the most is your client seeing what they want and even seeing you that you are buying a car from the deal and both of you are happy. Are you getting? So
Yes.
the win-win situation is very, very important when you are negotiating a deal. Very essential is that for you to win in real estate, your client or your prospect must win because you can get a commission today. Are you getting? And tomorrow, the land you sold or the property you sold is in problem. Who will be the first person that the client will call?
It's
You.
you.
So you can collect a commission and you go and spend that commission in court. Are you getting? So
Yes.
you must be able to get a situation that when you're negotiating, you must ensure that the client is really winning. So it starts from trust. You must be very honest with the client, and um, going forward, you must be able to show them the reason why that product you're trying to sell is the best suited for them. And that's very key in real estate.
Well, there you have it. Another gold mine dropped by the CEO himself. And I hope you're learning a lot from this because it's not something you see every day. Now, another quick question. There's this network gold mine I target. Now, real estate is it's big. So what's this connection or lender or lawyer or even a village chief that every realtor must have?
Okay. As a realtor, you like I said earlier, I was saying something concerning among 10 friends that are valuable to each other. If this thing happens, who is the first person you're going to call? So, as a realtor, you must be able to have an emergency system around you. Are you getting? And that emergency system is could be a financial backbone. It could be a legal backbone. I don't know if I'm answering the question the way you want
You
it.
are, you are.
It could be a policeman. Are you getting? It could be the commissioner of police. It could be the IG. So because the real estate, okay, now let me say this: the because one of the essential I'm going to talk is security awareness. Let's say you take your clients to a property and you end up falling into the hand of the kidnappers. What do you do as a realtor? People have we've had stories like that that a realtor
Yes.
takes some client to a site and from there it was
Yeah,
kidnapped. Are you
kidnapped.
getting? So you must understand emergency response as a realtor. So have contact of people that matter, that is people, there are systems, and
Yes.
in those systems there are people. There is a legal system, there is the security system or the security architecture of the country that is there. But if you don't have the response, emergency response numbers that you can call, then you are going to be doomed as a realtor. So it's very important that you have good lawyer. You must have even area boys in a particular location. Are you getting?
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you are in if I use the word area boy, I don't know if that's formal. What I mean is a local influence in
Yes.
the area of your practice. So if you are in a village now, you are selling a land, let's say in Urum, you should be able to know two or three bike men that if you call them and tell them that there's a situation around, they should be able to come to your rescue. Are you getting? So everybody is important to you as a realtor, and you must be doing good to them. You must be doing like you can't just expect their response if you have not been nice to people before that
Yes.
time. You understand? So those are the things. It's very very important that you have those such people around you.
Okay, thank you for that. A quick question, please. There's this uh term I target the legacy essential. Now, as a CEO, you're building an empire, not just houses. What's this one thing a realtor needs to leave a legacy that lasts like Igbo proverbs?
As a realtor, one thing that can be your legacy is the fact that everybody can speak good of you, reports, report about you. Because no matter how long you've been in the industry, and because of the kind of business that you do as a realtor, it's a business that, like I said, it's opening relationship. One day, if something happens and you are not responsible as a realtor, like you are not taking responsibility. Like a client runs into an issue after doing business with you, and they call you after 5 years and you cannot respond to them, then you have not really done well as a realtor. So one thing that you should be able to build are, because your job is basically transactional. It's not as if you are building houses as a realtor. It's not as if you are developing policies. What you are doing is giving connecting to people to experiences. So now if the experience you sold to people initially now turns sour, as a realtor, you should be able to mitigate against that, like mitigate in such situation or
Yes.
mediate in
Yes.
some matters. Are you getting? So
Okay.
the legacy you leave is a legacy as people can come to you, that you can be trusted. People can come to you. Let me use the word reliable. So that
Reliable.
is the legacy that any realtor should try to build. So that is it for me. Reliability. People can always run to you even after you've gotten your commission and all that. So that's
Okay.
it. Mm.
That's definitely something to learn and keep note of. Unlike some people that when you deal with, you regret ever meeting them in your life. Okay, let's move on to the next essential, shall we?
The next essential is time management,
Mm.
because even though it should have come earlier in the conversation, a realtor that is doing well will not be about a client for the whole day. Are you getting? And your clients must understand this too for them to take you serious. Because if a client tells you, let's meet by 10 o'clock, and you
You
get there
come
by
by
10
10, is not
and you wait
arrived.
till 12, they will feel like you are not busy. So you can tell them 10 minutes into time, is 10 o'clock still convenient for you, or do you want to reschedule? So you must be able to understand, value yourself as a realtor.
Okay.
Don't make the sales look like if you do not sell it, you will die. Are you getting? So give them their time. If they've said 30 minutes, you make them understand that you have
You're
somebody
working
you
with
want
time.
to, yeah, you want to attend to another person by 11 o'clock and you have to be there by this time. Are you getting? So time management, and one of the things that you can use to maybe manage your time as a realtor is very simple: calendar. You should not never set up a meeting as a realtor and not show up. If you are going to cancel ahead of time. Are you getting?
Yes.
So always be up to time. So very very important. That's one of the things that people see and trust you. That's one of the things that they see and they value you as a realtor. So if you are not disciplined with time, your people, you might not be closing deal as much as you should. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So you can use the app Calendly to manage your time. Very, very accessible. It is
Calendar.
free. Yeah, Calendly.
Wow. Okay, so you've learned that. For those of you that don't know how to manage yourselves, you can learn to use the app, or normally make a schedule to manage yourself. Let's move on to the ninth essential. Okay. So what would you say is the ninth essential a realtor cannot do without?
The ninth essential that a realtor cannot do without is, I would say, the technical tools. Right? I don't want to make them one. It's just like all in one technical tools. For example, as a realtor, depending on the product you're selling per time, you must be able to know the tools that you need. For example, if you are selling a land and you are going to the site, one of the things that you're going to be needing as a realtor should be a good boots, depending on the area you're going to. You must get a hard hat, that is helmet, and also could be reflective jackets as the case may be. Just because you are going to the field,
Yes.
dress like somebody in the field. I get it. And
Case
also
of
you should be able to
Nzobunzo.
have maybe a spare for your prospects. I get it.
Yeah.
So now if you are coming to, in fact, you should be able to get maybe tape rule if in case they say they want to confirm this thing. If it's the easy measurement, maybe easy measure, it's not all land you can measure by yourself.
Yeah.
So at least show them a dimension and show them that you understand what you're doing. So you can get the meter rule. There are several kinds. There are steel, there are plastic kinds. So you can get that as a realtor. So those are one of the things that you need to use as a realtor. So it's very important that you know how to, and also under this falls the safety safety kits. Are you getting? Okay. So now let's say you are going to a site that is still under construction and you want to go and sell, let's say you want to sell an off-plan or almost ready property. The same thing applies. You must be safe as a realtor and you must keep your prospects safe. So you must use those safety kits as a realtor.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I believe he wasn't stuttering when he was saying all he said. Now, without any further ado, let's go to the last and not the least. 10th essential, although there are others, but these are the essentials that are provided. The 10th essential is what?
The number one that I would call the biggest, actually, because all these things you have is nothing without a community, right? As a realtor, you need a very profound, sound, current community that you can work with. So when we talk about the need for networking among realtors, they're just trying to say that you need to be among a sound community. And a community for a realtor is not just one, depending on the resource or what the community serves for you. For example, you need products, good products as a realtor, meaning you must network with real estate company or companies. I get it. Yes. Also, you need clients. And let's say your clients are billionaires or tech people, for example, and you know that they belong to a particular club, you might want to join that club as a realtor. So, because products as a realtor, you're a middleman. You must be able to know where to get the best products, and you must be able to know where to get the best clients. Yes. How you getting? Yes. So, yes. Because your job is to marry the product to the prospect. Are you getting? So one very key thing that you need is community, both community of prospects or clients, and also community for resources, knowledge, and products. In the industry, so many products are evolving. For example, recently, the land banking became something that everybody's talking about everywhere. Yet, there are new real estate products that are coming. Real estate is not just about selling land, selling houses only. There are several products within the industry. So, you should be able to understand this. That community is very important. Community of people that are going in the direction that you are going. Community of people that
have the same like mind.
Same like mind, people that have done better than you before. I get it. So under this community issue, I'm just covering it to the issue with networking, growth, and mentorship, whatever it's community. I get it. So community covers everything, both networking with higher salespeople or people that are ahead of you, somebody that have done 1 billion deal, one time billion deal. Are you getting?
Yes.
So you want to become somebody, you want to become an high performer as a realtor, you must connect with an high performer leader. Are you getting? So yes. Those are the things that you need to do. So this is very crucial. And everything I've said earlier on are going to be addressed within the community. So if you are lacking in communication, you get someone that teaches you about communication. If you are lacking and in negotiation, you get somebody that will teach you about negotiation in the community. If you are lacking about time management, I've done it to one of some of my staff before. Say we're meeting at a point at a particular time. If I get to that point at that time, I know meet you there, I will go. That's I getting.
Yes.
And it is not because I hate them, it's because I'm training them. That might not be a consequential meeting, but if I'm meeting
Yes.
with the president and you delay me, won't I go?
You will.
And maybe you're supposed to be with me and the president that day. For you not coming at that moment, you miss the opportunity.
True.
Of the first time I was supposed to enter Aso Rock, I got late to the, but I did not. I couldn't meet that day. That day,
Yes.
I was at the outside of Aso Rock, and the meeting was going on inside. There was also a time I missed my flight. The flight was there, but they have finished onboarding. I was there maybe 15 minutes to departure, but it was 45 minutes. I was supposed to close boarding, and I couldn't, and I had to travel by road. Something that would have taken me 45 minutes took me 8 hours. Are you getting?
Yes.
So time management very important, and all those. So within the community is where the discipline will be very, very intense. You see people performing, you see people growing, you see people doing what you wish to do, and you can actually emulate them and run with it. So that's what the community does for you.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Quite shocking, interesting, and intriguing points he has there. Well, unfortunately, I know you were enjoying this session, but unfortunately, we've come to the end of this session. Maybe, just maybe, we could have more, but this is where this ends. And I'm sure that you were mind blown by this session, of course, because if you weren't, just check your pulse or visit a doctor, because obviously something is wrong with you. Thank you so much, Benjamin the Builder. We are so happy to have you today. Thank you for being with us today. All right. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.